So in this demonstration, I will be showing you how to set up the source code of your smart contract in the Etherscan.io so that anybody who is viewing the details of your smart contract on the Etherscan.io, he can see the read and the write contract interfaces that are being exposed by this smart contract. By default, whenever you make a deployment of a smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain, anybody can access the details of that smart contract using the Etherscan.io. But because the source code is not set up in the Etherscan.io, it cannot display the read and the write interfaces that has been exposed by this smart contract. So you can see that I have just made a deployment of a smart contract on the Coin test network. This smart contract is based on the ERC1404 protocol, and you can see that this is the full address of this smart contract on the Etherscan.io. That is the coin.etherscan.io/token, and then the address of that smart contract. And Etherscan can display the information that is related to this smart contract. But if I switch to the contract tab, it says that it is unable to locate the matching contract API and the source code. So that is why it cannot display the read and the write interfaces that has been exposed by this smart contract. So in this demonstration, I will be showing you how to verify your contract source code using the Etherscan.io, and that will help anybody who is accessing this smart contract on the Etherscan.io. The platform can display these interfaces properly. To start the process of verification of your smart contract source code on the Etherscan, you simply go on this address. Obviously, the first step is that you make the deployment of your smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain and then get the address where the smart contract has been deployed. And then coming on the Etherscan, for the main network, the link is etherscan.io/token/token address. So this will be the main for any smart contract that has been deployed on the main network. For a test network where I have deployed this smart contract, the complete address is the test network address, which in this case is coin.etherscan.io/token/address where the smart contract is displayed. So the Etherscan will display the token information, and to start the verification process, you simply switch to the contract tab, and this is where the Etherscan is telling to the viewer that it cannot verify the source code of this smart contract and unable to display the read and the write contract interfaces. One more thing is that you have to do this process once for this particular smart contract in the Etherscan. So every time you make another deployment of the same contract on the same network, the Etherscan.io will recognize that contract, that the source code of similar contract has already been set up, so you don't have to do this process again and again if you are making the multiple deployment of the same contract, smart contract on the same network. All right, so to start the process, you simply click on the verify your contract source code. And on this interface, you have to enter the smart contract address, which is already pre-filled. And then you select the compiler type. In this case, this is the Solidity single file smart contract. I have developed entire code into a single file. So I will select this option, and then I have to select the compiler version, which in my case is 8.0, and then I have to select the license, which in my case is the MIT license, and then I click on continue. Alright, so on the next interface, I have to enter the source code of my smart contract in this text area. I will switch to my coding files, and this is the smart contract that I have deployed. and this is the source code, and you can see that this is in the single file, but I'm using some interface files which are in a separate file, so I will combine them into a single file. First I will copy all the source code and copy this code into this window. I will remove some of the comments that I had entered at the end of the smart contract which are not needed, and then the next step is I will enter some of the source some of the interface files that I was using in this smart contract. I will paste it over here, and then that is the second interface file. I will copy the source code and paste at the end, and this is all of the code that I was using in this smart contract. I just combine it into a single file, and then I go on the end, click on I am not a robot, and then it says traffic lights. So I think these are the traffic lights. I have to verify that I'm not a robot to the Etherscan pedestrians crossovers, so these, and verify. All right, so, and the next step is to verify and publish. And after some time, the interface, the Etherscan.io will tell me whether the code has been accepted or not. And I think it's not accepted. There's some problems with the code. Yeah, I think that is a problem because I was using the source code from different files, and I combine it into a single interface, into a single file. So actually I don't need to enter these two things. So I will again copy it, and I will remove, the first thing that I will do is to remove the comments, and then I will remove these imports because I'm not importing from another file. I will be combining all the source code into a single file. So that's why those imports are not needed. So I will do this, and the second interface file, and I remember that I have to remove these as well, because again it will be complaint. So let's see, I will show you that what was the complaint. I think all of the source code is there. Just make a copy of this so that I don't have to copy paste again, and then I try to verify myself again, and verify and publish, and there will be error that I will be showing you, and then we will make the correction of that error as well, and then make a deployment of this source code in the Etherscan.io platform. Yeah, so that's the error. The error is that I don't have to enter the license information multiple times. So if I go back into my code again, and I paste the entire code that I copied, and you can see that because I was working in multiple files, so this license information has to be repeated once into your source code, as well as this Solidity version. So I will so I have defined this at the top, and I will remove it from the other files contents that I have copied. Yeah, so I will remove this and I will remove from the second file as well, and hopefully this time the source code will be accepted. So the bicycles, I think there's no bicycle. All right, so verify and publish, and now hopefully the source code will be accepted and it will set up the Etherscan.io properly for this smart contract. So let's see. Oops, there's still some error. Oh, okay. One more try. And the error was that these interfaces has to be defined before the actual source code. So I'll copy these two interfaces at the beginning. It's complaining that these two interfaces has to be defined before this contract. So I'll copy those interfaces over here. I'll just make another copy so that if there's another error, I just simply have to copy paste, and then again verify and publish. So I'm showing you these errors so that you know that what are some of the complaints that are commonly made by the Etherscan IO while you are making verification of your source code into a single file. So let's see what are the results, and now you can see that successfully generated bytecode. And if I see that, all right, so that has set up the source code into the Etherscan.io. If I go again and try to access the same the smart contract, if I access the smart contract again, and this time if I switch to the, you can see that if I switch to the smart contract, and if I switch to the contract tab, and now you can see that the Etherscan is properly recognizing this smart contract, and it's showing the read and the write interfaces properly.